G'day there, Ozysturm, country Victorian gamer of Star Wars Armada, Star Wars Legion, X-Wing, Dystopian Wars, Battletech, Flames of War, and many other games. Today's video is a compilation of the last 4 or 5 days worth of painting. This time around I have been painting a few of the Imperial Officers and also the Imperial comms. I've also been test painting one model from the Imperial Special Forces for Star Wars Legion as well, to make some guesses as to the colour technique that I'm going to use when it comes time to painting them. So enjoy. So first off, I needed to decide what colours I was going to paint for the uniform. And as we can see in many of the Star Wars movies and shows, the colour of the Imperial Officer sometimes goes from a grey-blue to a pure grey to this green colour. Myself, I chose to go with the green, but what green? So I tested it on the legs by combining on the left-hand side the 3 colours of the green along the leg, and then on the other side I've used this Castellian green and also a shadow grey at the bottom of it. After deciding what colour I was going to use, which was going to end up being this Castellian green, I then needed to choose which other colours that I needed. Black, of course, will be the main colour for the comms tech. Warplock bronze will be used for the weapon. The flesh will be Cadian flesh tone. Null oil as well as smoky ink may be used in some of the washes for it. And then for the likes of the actual ID, it'll be the red and blue, as well as the terracotta for the base. So here I have now finished putting the base colours on for the model, and as you can see, that Castellian green looks really well. I have also used a little bit of a gunmetal for some of the belt buckles as well as the hat pin. I've also used a little bit of the actual blue and the terracotta for the base, which you will see shortly as well. I also, while I've been working on this, been painting up just straight black the Imperial Special Forces and starting to look at using the colour of that Memphis red to do the highlights for the Inferno Squad. Final. Well, I've managed to paint all of them. I managed to get the eyes as best as I could. I put the bases with a little bit of sand on it, as well as that blue rim. I'm going to keep that idea of the blue rim for most of my Imperials. Only the Special Forces will have a slightly different tonal colour. I've managed to put a very light flesh wash over most of the flesh area, and as you can see, I've done the rank pin. The model for the junior officer, the one with the blonde hair, actually looked pretty well, and you can see a good size comparison between both the one that I got from Fantasy Flight Games as well as the one that I got from Garfie's Games of the officer, right next to each other. Perfect same height, same sort of dimension in the body, etc. Same sort of stance. It looks pretty good. All up, it was a very good model, all 4 of them to do, and really enjoyable. If I were to choose to do anything different, I would probably use a lighter colour than the Cadian flesh tone for the skin for most of them. I tried to lighten it up with a bit of bronze flesh. But now on to the next stuff. well, I've got the speeder bikes that I'm going to have to do now. And I will get some more Scout Troopers probably next year when they get re-released into the hard plastic. Whether or not it comes out in the same time, I don't know. I've still got the FX droid and also the R4 droid. I'm thinking about painting the R4 droid as the Imperial Courier droid, though. And that's about it for my painting of them. I did find that the model that I got from Garfy's game fitted really well as an officer, and it does look like Captain Pelion in some ways. Or you could almost paint it up as like, I think his name was Colonel Wolf of the ISB. Yeah. But either way, the officer really looks quite well. I did struggle with some of the painting, as you may have noticed, and that's primarily because of just the undertones that I had to use to try and make it as light as possible to give it that skin complexion. Doesn't always work well. And now I'm going to get on with the speeder bikes to paint them, as well as start work on the AT-ST. My last sections will be revolving around the likes of the Darth Vader and the Special Forces, because they're all going to be in a black undercoat rather than the grey undercoat that I've done for everything else. I find that the black is going to be a lot easier for those two, because they're primarily black already, so I will be able to do it a lot quicker using some gloss paint over it, using either a gloss varnish that I found, or alternatively use more of that warp block bronze to give it that oily slick look over the top of it. But for now, from Ozysturm, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment if you're interested in any of these videos or any of my other videos, and I will see you on the table next time. Bye for now.